Hi, everybody. It's me, Mr. Wall, your cross-country coach for 2021-2022. And I want to just say I'm very glad to be meeting with you in this way, just send you this little video. I thought I could maybe keep my comments even a little bit more efficient and quicker. It's not as if I don't want your questions, though. I would love to talk to you, and I'd love to talk about running. So if you have any questions after watching this, feel free to reach out. Email is probably best in the summer. I will be reading my emails throughout, but I'm really looking forward to having a normal season this fall. So let me jump right in. I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to be sharing with you as well, and that's going to make it really nice and easy for you guys to all see what I'm talking about. Okay. So first of all, I wrote to you, welcome to BRMS, Modified Cross Country. And I wrote here, you made a great choice. I feel very strongly that cross country is so beneficial to kids in so many ways. We are the one sport in fall that doesn't have cuts. And so we do find ourselves with quite a few athletes who like to participate. And there's just a really great social aspect as well as a fitness aspect, obviously, of being out there together and learning to run. And so that really is one of my goals, along with Coach Knight, who's my co-coach. So you can see our goals for the team. Number one is having fun. If we get to the end of the season and I have an athlete who says they didn't enjoy it and they didn't like running and they didn't enjoy cross country, then I didn't do a good job. And I think that they will all find that for the most part, they did enjoy it. They might be tired, but they enjoyed it. It also is great at building a sense of belonging. If your student is, one who's been going through the school and maybe sometimes, doesn't have as many friendships as they might like or you might like, they're going to meet kids who are like-minded and want to be involved in something like this. And it's a great social experience as well as an athletic one. Another thing I think that cross-country kids learn is they really learn how to push themselves, and they find kind of their upper limits of what they might be able to do. And I would say 9 times out of 10, they're kind of surprised. They're like, I didn't think I could do that. And here I am, I'm doing it, and it feels great. And then last but not least, I love running. Running has, I think, all kinds of great benefits to your life and lots of good lessons to learn. So I'm hoping to also kind of hook your students into showing them that running isn't just, necessarily racing. Racing is great, but also just a great way to stay active, stay in shape, stay positive, have a good mental state. So there's so many great things about running, and I want to show them that. So really, in this meeting, the most important things I wanted to share with you is you might think, well, I think I'm on the team because I gave Mr. Wall my name. Unfortunately, you're not really signed up until you do the family ID process. That family ID process is on our Pittsford Central School District athletic webpage. I'm going to share that link with you. And that process begins for you July 23rd. So here we are, end of June. Right now, you can't quite sign up, but you will be able to sign up very soon. I hope you'll forgive me, but I'll send you a reminder email sometime around July 23rd to let you know that the portal is open and now it's time to go ahead and get in there and sign up. Another thing that you can do right now to get ready is think about the proper equipment. And quite frankly, for cross country, the most important thing that your student is going to need are good running shoes. And I generally advise kids, if they're brand new beginners, to get a supportive running shoe. I can make recommendations to you. I will say it's a really good idea to go in and be fitted by an expert. And we have right here in town, we have MedVed, which I really like MedVed. I support them because they're our local person. MedVed can do that analysis for you. Also look at your student's gait and see perhaps are they pronating, are they supinating, what's going on with the way that they run, and recommend a shoe. But as a new runner, it's good to have, a little bit of that cushion, a little bit of that foam, and also a little bit of support that's going to help them with their footfalls and avoid injury. That's very, very important. We don't want kids getting injured in a way that ends their season, and it's a really kind of a bummer, and they can't finish with us, and it's very, very sad. So we don't want that to happen to them. Also, something else to think about is it's a good idea to start to get ready during the summer. And if your student is one who's like pretty happy just kind of sitting on the couch and really not getting out and getting active, I really want to encourage your student to get out there and try and do a little bit of running before we begin. Very hard for middle school kids to build an aerobic base. So getting out there early is a really good idea because they'll be able to literally hit the ground running when we start practicing. And our season begins August 30th. And I bring that out to you because school doesn't start till I think the 8th or the 9th for them. So yeah, we'll start really before the actual school year begins. So it's a nice idea to kind of get out there, get ready, and that way we'll be ready for our first meets and things, okay? Running in middle school is very, very different. If you yourself run or you know other runners, middle school and modified is quite different, especially from high school, obviously collegiate, and maybe your own training if you run. Middle school kids, and I will tell you, quite frankly, a lot of it comes down to the onset of puberty. Because puberty allows, as we know, all kinds of different kinds of growth that we haven't had in the past. And if kids are just leading up to that, which many of them are at this age, if they're just leading up to that, a lot of their energies and a lot of their muscle growth is going towards growing, right? Skeleton, musculature, tendons and ligaments and all those things are expanding and growing very dramatically. And so sometimes training can be really challenging and they might not feel as much benefit to the daily training that they're doing. Now you might say to me, well, then what's the point? Why are they out there daily training? Well, we want to establish those habits and we want to see them at least try to get some growth, try to get some progress. And we're going to be very, very careful. Find that our students have, as I've written to you here, a wide range of abilities. Kids can come in and if they've just finished a season of lacrosse, soccer, something else, and they've been, out there and they've been active, they're going to do really well. Again, if they've been spending a lot of time just kind of sitting on the couch, maybe checking out the latest video game or whatever on their Nintendo Switch or watching a lot of Netflix, they're not going to be ready for that same aerobic level. So we're going to build everyone's stamina through very easy progressive runs. I'm a big believer in walk, run to get kids to get their endurance and their aerobic base where it needs to be so they can maybe start to thinking about racing. The other thing that I think is very beneficial is we'll spend some time teaching them about goal setting, and we'll tailor those goals to your students' abilities. I think that a lot of people have told me, a lot of parents have told me that their student did very well with confidence building. A lot of times kids will say, I'm not sure I can do this, and you'll kind of encourage them, I would guess, and try and encourage them and get them to sign up. And all of a sudden they find themselves really feeling capable. And that's a great confidence builder. I like to teach using visualization. So visualization is I think a very important step. If you can picture it in your mind in the times when you're not training, then when you get out there and actually try to run and you find yourself drawing from that visualization, drawing from that ability that you gained in your mind. Running's very mental. So we'll talk a lot about developing those skills of visualization. And lastly, affirmation. For a lot of kids, they find themselves saying, I can do this. Wow, I didn't think I could. And now I'm out here every day with my friends running and it feels good and it's fun. So those are just a few of those positive benefits that I think they're going to see. So summer opportunities, and this is really what I wanted to talk to you about because this is the most timely thing. Right now, they have a couple of choices. Probably their best thing to do is to get out and to run on their own. And it's great to get friends together if you know of people that have signed up. But quite frankly, I'm a big believer in, not overdoing it, especially in the beginning. Kind of take it easy. Going out 2 to 3 times a week for 20 to 45 minutes or so actually could be enough. to have them ready for the first day of practice. But again, not everybody's disciplined enough to do that. And especially middle school kids, let's be frank, you know, they don't quite have that decision-making ability quite yet. Some of them can be very motivated, but others might, you know, struggle with really kind of getting themselves out there. So that's one way to do it, is to, you know, just maybe call some friends. I think Thornell Farm Park is a nice place. If you ever want to get your student and a friend together, I would feel comfortable as a parent dropping them off there and say, hey, run that loop a couple times. And, you know, I'll just sit here on the bench and enjoy, and you guys go for a run. I have my own trail training camp, which a few kids who've done cross country are returning to my camp. That's Rock and Roots Trail Training. We meet 2 separate weeks at Mendon Ponds Park. And we run trails, and it's really fun, and it's nice to be out in the forest and kind of experiencing nature while we're building some fitness. So that opportunity is there. There's a link at the end of this PowerPoint. My colleague, Chris Compson, who is the high school cross-country coach, offers a youth track and field in the summer. So I've also linked his track and field running opportunity. That's a nice one. You'll also get some experiences with discus and high jump and some of those other things we don't really do in cross country, but it's kind of fun and varied and a lot of fun. And then this summer, I'm really thinking about maybe organizing some pickup runs. These are not cross country practices. This is just if your student has no one else to run with, maybe, hey, we just have a drop off at Thornell Farm Park, and for an hour, if they want to come to the park and run with me, I'll run them either into the park or maybe some of the neighborhoods around the park, and we can meet each other and kind of just have a nice, fun, easy pickup run. Again, those will be easy because we're going to be building that base. Okay, that's generally all I wanted to say to you is, you know, these are the most important things: family ID, getting them out there and getting them active, and the fact that the practices actually begin before school starts. So if you wait, and some will, but if you wait till when school starts and say, hey, I want to do cross country, you're actually already going to be a little bit behind, okay? So these are all live links. I will send these to you also in the body of the email, but Pittsford Athletics, this is for the family ID, will be linked to Pittsford Athletics website, and there's the link right there. That's a live link. We have our own modified cross country page. That would be a good place to kind of go and look and maybe read just for some of the expectations of how practices feel and what the season might feel like. Rock and Roots, my opportunity is here. I hate to make it a commercial, but it's, you know, it's designed to help kids get ready and have some fun. And then the Viking Youth Track and Field one. Like I said, email is probably the best way to get in touch with me this summer. And here's my email. Coach Knight is my co-coach. I don't think she looks at her email quite as much as I do in the summer. So I think it'd be much more effective for you in the summer to just email me, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions about cross country and about running in general. So that is really all I needed to share with you. It's perfectly okay to have your student watch this email too. I hope that everybody has a great summer. I really am looking forward to a really fun season. I think you're going to find that your student enjoys getting out there with us, and looks like we have a great group already. So thanks for watching. Any questions, as I say, feel free to reach out through email, and have a great one. Enjoy your summer. Thank you, everybody.